Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. Our network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch Advanced. The 1980 season is on the air. Today's date is July 31st, 1980. This is our final game in the month of July. We are at County Stadium for an important American League East matchup between the New York Yankees and the Milwaukee Brewers. The Yankees coming to this game a record of 63-36. They are the leaders in the American League East. They are the second seed overall, still trailing Kansas City for the number one seed in the American League. The Milwaukee Brewers are a record of 47-52, and they are right now in sixth place in the American League East. However, they only trail the Toronto Blue Jays, who have 51 wins, only about 4 games for third. The Brewers are not out of this by any means. So anything could still happen as we're now ending our 4th month of the season and now heading for the playoff push, the month of August, which of course prepares us for the pennant race. Cutter Historical and Joel Turney are first to join us here at County Stadium. The Yankees historically won this game. Was a heck of a game too, 7-6. Both teams had 12 hits and 2 errors. But we'll see what happens tonight as the Yankees and the Brewers will go ahead and play a big one here. Ben Witz now joins us here at County Stadium. Ben, you're a Brewers fan. Were you ever able to watch a game at County Stadium? So a good matchup here tonight between the Yankees and the Brewers. An important game in the American League East. Yankees trying to hold on to the division. They're not that far away from the Orioles, who are in second. Brewers trying to get a win and get closer back to 500 and still have a shot to get in this division. So what will happen tonight? Only the dice know. And we're about to get ready. And you grew up in Southwest Lower Michigan, went to a couple games at Tiger, but never been to County or Miller Park. And now you're close to Target Field. Beautiful stadium, by the way, Target Field. So without further ado, it's time to play some baseball. Let's get right to it. Starting pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers tonight is Mike Caldwell. 13 wins, 11 losses, a save, a 4.03 ERA in 80. We are at County Stadium. This is a pitcher's park. -1 strikeouts, -2 to walks. Maybe neutral, but favors pitchers. There is a chance of robbing a home run at this stadium. So, Yankees and the Brewers, a very important matchup here in the AL East. What will happen tonight? Let's get to the top of the first. Leading off for the Yankees, second baseman Willie Randolph. And some people think Hall of Fame. I'm not going to say Hall of Fame, but I have no problem putting him in the Hall of Very Good. 294 average, 7 homers, 46 RBIs, and 80. We're going to use yellow, white, and blue dice. Brewers are the home team. Big matchup here at County Stadium. A good crowd on hand. What will happen tonight? Let's find out. Caldwell, 1-1. It's blank. Randolph, 3-5. And that is going to be a ground ball to short. And that will go to a Hall of Famer over there named Yount. And they'll throw it to first for out number 1. Next up is the left fielder, Sweet Lou Piniella. Heck of a player. 287 average, 2 homers, 27 RBIs. Caldwell will pitch. Caldwell, 5-8, error on a grounder. Piniella, 8-6. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to second. That ball is hit to Paul Molitor. His error rating is a 10. That's a 17. Molitor will not make an error. He will make the play and throw it over to first for the out, 2 down. Next batter is the first baseman, Bob Watson. 307 average, 13 homers, 68 RBIs that year. Kurt Minton joins us here at County Stadium. Caldwell, 6-3. It's a blank. Watson, 8-3. Fly to center field. It'll easily play for Stormin Gorman, and he will make the catch and retire the side. Good start for Caldwell. 1, 2, 3 go the Bronx Bombers, and we'll go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the New York Yankees tonight is Tommy John. Tommy John and Jim Cott pretty much have the same exact stats. Why is Cotton Hall of Fame and not Tommy John? 343 average. 22 wins. Had a great year, though, in 80. 22 wins, 9 losses, a 343 ERA. You named a surgery after him. Put him in the friggin' hall. You named a surgery after Tommy John. Put him in the hall. Leading off for the Brewers, second baseman, Paul Molitor, Hall of Famer. No doubt in my mind. 304 average, 9 homers, 37 RBIs. Maybe the best designated hitter of all time. John, 1-5 against a righty. It's blank. Molly, 8-6, and that's grounded to second. And really, Randolph will take the play and throw it over for out number 1. That'll bring up the shortstop. Hall of Famer, Robin Yount, one of the best shortstops ever. 293 average, 23 homers, 87 RBIs. Robin Yount was excellent in the field, and he was a heck of a hitter. John, 3-4, range play at the park. County Stadium, 6-6. That's a base hit to center field, but it's a range play for Rupert Jones. He was excellent. His range is a 7. That's a 4. He'll make the catch. Out number 2. Nice play by Rupert Jones to take a possible hit away from Yount. That'll bring up the first baseman, Cecil Cooper. Another heck of a player. 352 average, 25 bombs, 122 RBIs. John will go ahead and deal. John, 2-4, error, foul, grounder at the park. County Stadium, 6-4. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball to center field. And this time, Rupert Jones won't have to move far. And he'll make the catch. Retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Brew Crew. No score after 1. David Vega joins us here at County Stadium. Top of the second. Leading off for the Yankees, right fielder, Reggie Jackson. Doesn't need much of an introduction. We know he's one of the greatest home run hitters of all time. 300 average, 41 bombs, 111 RBIs in 80. Caldwell, 5-6, strikeout. He'll get Jackson. Struck him out. First strikeout for Caldwell. He had 74 of them in 80. Next up is the Yankee designated hitter, Eric Soderholm. 287 average, 11 homers, 35 RBIs that year. Caldwell, 8-7, it's a blank. Soderholm, 1-5, ground out to second base, handled by Molitor. And Molitor tosses it over for out number 2. And now the catcher, Rick Cerrone. I have no problem saying Cerrone was a very serviceable catcher. Did a heck of a job after Thurman Munson's passing. 277 average, 14 homers, 85 RBIs in 80. Caldwell, 3-5, error on a booted ball. Cerrone, 8-7, and that's going to be smacked into right field. That's going to be a double. Double to right field. Sixto Lezcano was there. His error rating is a 9. That's a 17. He's not going to boot it. Lezcano will field it cleanly and get into the infield. So a double for Cerrone. And now the center fielder, Rupert Jones. 223 average, 9 homers, 42 RBIs in 80. 2 men down. Cerrone on at second. Strategy. He'll stay put. Caldwell, 2-8. It's a blank. Jones, 5-4. Fly to center field. And that will be Gorman Thomas getting to that. He'll make the catch and retire the side. No runs and a hit. We go to the bottom of the third. Bottom of the second. Leading off for the Brewers, center fielder, Gorman Thomas. 239 average, 38 homers, 105 RBIs. Gorman Thomas was one man that was absolutely built. John will pitch. 2-3, walk, 8. And, ball 4. It just walked him. Thomas will walk to first. First walk given up by John. He had 55 of them that year. Here's the left fielder, Ben Oglivie. I put him in the hall. They're very good. 304 average, 41 bombs, 118 RBIs. Infield a double play. Thomas had 8 steals, and he is staying put. John, 3-6 error on a booted ball. Ogilvy, 7-2, popped up. Pop fly ball to short, and that'll be grabbed by some Bucky bleeping Dent, and that'll be out number 1. Next up is the right fielder, Sixto Lezcano, another good baseball name. 229 average, 18 homers, 55 RBIs that year. Thomas, see if he's doing anything, and he is not. John, 6-3. That's a pitcher result. That's an 18, and against a righty, it'll be a blank. Lezcano, 3-7, flied to center field. Another play, this time for Rupert Jones, and he makes the catch for the second out. That'll bring up the third baseman, Don Money. 256 average, 17 homers, 46 RBIs. Mo money. Strategy roll for Gorman. He stays where he is. John, 1-2 against a righty. It's a blank. Money, 4-8. That's a grounder to second base. That'll be picked up by Randolph. He's going to throw to first to get Money, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the walk. No score after 2. 13 runs historically in this game, and we got none so far after 2 innings. We go to the top of the third. Leading off for the Yankees, every Red Sox fan favorite player, the shortstop, Bucky bleeping Dent. 262 average, 5 homers, 52 RBIs. Every Red Sox fan's got a copy of a poster of Bucky Dent in this room, don't they? Caldwell, 2-8. That's a blank. Dent, 3-2. Fly ball left field. That'll be handled by Ben Ogilvy, and that is out number 1. I'm pretty sure that if Salvador America was in the chat, he would say, watch what you're saying there, announcer boy. Here's the third baseman, Fred Stanley. A 209 average, no homers, 5 RBIs. Only played in 49 games for the Yankees. This was actually the first game of a doubleheader between the Yankees and the Brewers today. This was the first game of it. No, I'm sorry, this was not. I'm thinking of the next game I got coming up. Caldwell, 7-8. That's a blank. Stanley, 3-7, and that's flied to right. Easy play there for Lezcano. And that is out number 2. Here's Randolph. Randolph 0 for 1. Maybe with dirt holes in it. Dart holes in it, yep. Caldwell, 3-6. That's at the park. County Stadium, 4-7. It's a grounder right at the plate. That's going to get picked up by Buck Martinez. He's going to get it and throw to first. And that's going to retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Yankees. We go to the bottom of the third. Leading off for the Brewers, the designated hitter, Sal Bando, who recently passed away. 197 average, 5 homers, 31 RBIs. Sal Bando gets the DH role. Only played in 78 games for the Brewers that year. John, 1-4. It's a blank. Bando, 6-1. Flied to left. And that will be Sweet Lou Piniella getting to that. And that's the first out. Next up is the catcher, Buck Martinez, 224 average, 3 homers, 17 RBIs that year. John, 2-4, error, foul, grounder at the park. County Stadium, 8-4, and that's going to be a fly out the left. That'll be a fly ball to left field. That'll be handled there by Piniella. And Piniella will get that again, and that is the second out. 2 outs. Here's Molly. Molly is 0 for 1. John will deal with it. John, 3-1. Wild pitch. It's a blank. Molitor, 8-6. And that's a grounder to second base. That'll be handled by Piniella. Piniella will toss it over and retire the side. 1, 2, 3. Go the Brewers. No score after 3. As we have a pitcher's duel. We go to the top of the fourth. Sweet Lou Piniella leads off for the Yanks. He's 0 for 1. Caldwell will pitch. 2-7. That's a blank. Piniella, 6-2. And against the lefty, that's a fly ball to center field. And Thomas will get to that and make the play for out number 1. Next up is Watson. Elementary, my dear Watson. He's 0 for 1. Caldwell deals. 2-4. Walk. 4. That's ball 4. He'll walk Watson. Caldwell gives up a walk. That's his first walk of the game. He had 54 of them that year. And now, Reggie Jackson. Jackson is 0 for 1. Infield a double play. Watson had 2 steals. That's a 4. He ain't going anywhere. Caldwell, 2-5. It's a blank. Reggie, 2-3. That's a ground ball right back to Caldwell. That's a grounder to the pitcher. That's a 4. Hit to the pitcher, -2 will make it a 2. Caldwell, a +3, though, will make it a 5. And because Caldwell's a +3, all right, and it's a 5, that's going to be a fielder's choice. So Caldwell will still throw to second to get Watson, and Reggie Jackson will make first. It'll be out number 2. So that is a fielder's choice. And now here's Soderholm. Soderholm is 0 for 1. Caldwell obviously got a lot of double plays, hence the +3 on the double play roll. Jackson on it first, not really a threat to steal, and he won't. Caldwell, 6-2. It's a blank. Soderholm, 1-1. Ground out to short, easily held by Yount. And Yount's going to throw to second to get Jackson. And that retires a side. Nothing across except the walk. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Leading on for the Brewers will be Robin Yount. Yount is 0 for 1. No score here. John will deal. John, 8-4. Hit by pitch +0. That is a 9, and Yount is a 2. That's going to be too high. Yount, 8-8. And against the lefty, it's a high fly ball to right field. It's going to stay in the park. And getting over there will be Reggie. He'll make the catch near the wall. And that's going to be out number 1. Yount gave that a ride. But that is the first out. Next batter is Cooper. Cooper is 0 for 1. John deals. John, 8-8. Range play 14. That's a 7. Yes. Cooper, 6-4. Grounder to second base. That ball is hit to Randolph. His range is a 5. And nope, he's not going to get it. That'll be a base hit. That'll be a single past second. Cooper will get to first. That's an 8, but the Yankees are not the home team, so that will be a base hit for Cooper. First hit of the game for the Brewers, as Randolph could not get to that. And now here's Storm and Gorman. Gorman walked his first time up. Infield set for double play. Strategy. That is a 2. Cooper does not get the jump. He stays. Tommy John holds him. John, 3-4. Range play at the park. County Stadium, 5-3. It's a ground ball to first. That's going to be a range play for Watson this time. His range is a 4. That's an 8. And that's a 1, and that is going to be a double. That's going to be a 1-18. That's going to be a double. Cooper will hold at third base. Thomas to second. And now the Brewers got something going on. Range play double. So Thomas will hold at second there, as he couldn't make the play, as tough play for Watson. And now runners at second and third for Ogilvy. Ogilvy is 0 for 1. Infield's going to play in. No score here. Bottom of the 4th in a good game. But right now looks like the Brewers got a chance to get something with it here. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 5. John deals. John, 8-3. It's a blank. Ogilvy, 7-5. Base hit right field. Cooper will come in and score. Will Thomas come in to score? That's a 1-8 and a single to right. He will hold. Play with 2 out, but there's only 1 out, so he holds if there's not. So Thomas will hold at third base, and Ogilvy at first. The Brewers take a 1-0 lead. Stadium cheers. Yay! RBI single by Ogilvy. And it will now bring up Lezcano. Lezcano's 0 for 1. Infield is going to play at corners in. So hit the second or short, double play chance. Hit the first or third, the infield in chart will be used. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 5, Ogilvy stays put. John, 8-3, it's a blank. Lezcano, 4-2, and that is a ground ball to short. They get a chance to double play. Grounded to short, that's a 4. Hit the short +1 is a 5. John will make that a 6. Lezcano was not going to ground a double play, and the 6 will be higher than Ogilvy, so Ogilvy is out. Lezcano makes first. Thomas will score. It's 2-0 Brewers. As they'll have to accept the fielder's choice, but they do get the out. So now 2-0 in favor of the Brew Crew. Here is Money. Money is 0 for 1, but now there are 2 outs in the inning. 2-0 favor of the Brewers. John, 7-4, walk, 5, and that will be ball 4. He walks Money. So runners at first and second now, and that is the second walk by John. And now the batter is Bando. Bando's 0 for 1. Runners at first and second. Strategy roll again. Nothing happening. John, 2-1. Range play 14. That's a 15. No. Bando, 8-6. And that's powered into left field. That's an 11. And against the lefty, it will stay up there. Left fielder, Pinella, is going to have room. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 2 runs, 3 hits, and a walk. And the Brewers have a 2-0 lead here after 4. XSG2 joins us here at County Stadium. As XSG2 always thinks I'm rigging it against the Yankees. Doug Hutt joins us here at County Stadium. XSG2 always thinks I'm rigging it against the Yanks. We go to the top of the 5th. Leading off for the Yankees will be Rick Cerrone. Cerrone got a double his first time up. John Caldwell will pitch. Caldwell, 3-3, error on a booted ball. Cerrone, 8-2, and that's going to be a single past second. That'll be a base hit. Cerrone gets his second hit of the game. Cerrone now has a single and a double. And now the batter is Jones. Caldwell can pitch to 29, and John can pitch to 32. Jones is the next batter. He is 0 for 1. If the game had a soul, it would hate the Yankees. Cerrone on at first. What do you mean if the game had a soul, hate the Yankees? Remember, XSG2, the Yankees have won 2 championships on my channel. Remember, they won 1981 and 1988. Cerrone on at first. Infield set for double play. Strategy, nothing on the 13. Caldwell, 1-6. That's a blank. Jones, 3-7. That's a ground ball. That's a grounder to short. That's a 14. +1 is 15. +3 is 18. That's going to be good enough for a double play. 6-4-3. 6-4-3 double play. 2 down. As Rupert Jones hits to that. And now the batter is Dent. Dent is 0 for 1. That was going to be your question. Did they ever win a World Series? Yes, they did. They won my 1981 replay and my 1988 replay. They've been to the World Series 3 times. They did go to 1985. I think it was 1985. They went to the series as well. But they lost to the Astros that year. As Steeler fan, it's always very happy to tell you. Caldwell will pitch. Caldwell, 6'5", it's a blank. Dent, 5'2", and fly to center field. Stormin Gorman will get to it, and that retire the side. No runs and a hit. We go to the bottom of the fifth. John on the mound, and it will be Buck Martinez leading off for Milwaukee. He's 0 for 1. 2-0. John with the deal. 1-2 against the righty. It's blank. Martinez, 8-4. Ground out to second base. That'll be an easy play for Randolph. He throws it over for out number 1. Here's Molly. Molly is 0 for 2. Yep, the Angels beat the Astros too. But the Astros has 2 world championships, of course, as the Astros did win. As you know, the Astros did win 1999. John will pitch. They beat the Rangers. John, 5-4 against the righty. It's a blank. Molitor, 3-1, grounder to third. And that'll be handled there by Fred Stanley. He'll make his first put out of the game, 2 down. Here's Yount. Yount is 0 for 2. John deals. 5-8, it's a blank. Yount, 5-3, ground ball to third. Once again, another play for Fred Stanley. And he'll throw it over to first. Retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Brewers. They lead 2-0 after 5. But yes, the Astros have won 2. And the way the Astros right now, their record here in this 1980 season, they're going to be a tough out. We go to the top of the 6th. Very possible they could win a third. Top of the 6th inning. And speaking of Fred Stanley, he'll lead off. He's 0 for 1. Caldwell deals. Caldwell, 7-1, strikeout, no. Stanley, 8-2, and against the lefty, it's a fly out to right field. Lescano will have room, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Next batter is Randolph. Randolph is 0 for 2. Caldwell deals. Caldwell, 3-8, strikeout, no. Randolph, 2-5, that's a double. Randolph smacks one into right field, and he'll get to second base. First hit of the game for Randolph. The next batter is Piniella. Pinella's 0 for 2. If we played 20s, 30s, and 40s, we would really roll. It could still happen. At least 40s right now could happen, and maybe he can get to the 30s. We'll see. I know he's working on to see if he can do some of the seasons from them too when we get to them. Of course, we don't know what our next season will be on Inside Pitch Advanced, and if it's not available, he will make it. Strategy roll for Randolph. He stays put on the 3. Caldwell, 8-5, strikeout, 7. That's going to miss. Piniella, 7-6, and against the lefty, that's a fly to left field. An easy play for Ogilvy. And that's out number 2. Will Randolph take third? 6-4 on a fly to left. And left fielder is Ogilvy. His arm rating is a 4. And Randolph is staying at second base. 2 down. 2 outs. Here's Watson. And Watson's 0 for 1 with a walk. Strategy roll for Willie. He'll stay put on a 1. Caldwell, 4-4. Error on a throw. Watson, 4-4. And that will be a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Yount. His error rating is a 10. That's a 9. And that's going to be a throwing error to first base. First base is Cooper. His range is a 4. That's a 2. Will prevent the ball from getting past him. And that one, the runners only move 1 base. Bad throw by Yount. Took him off the bag. And that is an E6. First error on the Brewers. Each team had 2 errors in this game. And so Caldwell, looking at Yount, said, come on, man, you're supposed to be a Hall of Famer. And here comes Reggie. Reggie is 0 for 2. 2 men down here. A big-time error by Yount. Reggie Jackson wants to make the Brewers pay for it. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 3. Caldwell will pitch. Caldwell. 4-5. Walk. 4, and that will be ball 4. So the bases are loaded as the Brewers should be out of the inning. That is the second walk given up by Caldwell. A chance now for Soderholm. Soderholm is 0 for 2. Brewers lead 2-0, but the Yankees have the bases of all sacks full. All sacks are full. 2 men down. Strategy. Nothing on the 13. Caldwell will go ahead and pitch. Caldwell. 8-3. Error, foul, grounder at the park. County Stadium. 6-5. And that is a pump fly ball to the third baseline. It is a foul pop up to first base, and that is Cooper. His error rating is a 3. That's a 9. He's going to make the catch in foul territory, and that will retire the side. Foul out to first, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and a walk. As Soderholm fouls out, we go to the bottom of the 6th. He does not drop the pop-up. He does catch it. Bottom of the 6th inning. And the batter is Cecil Cooper. He'll lead off. He's 1 for 2. John will deal. John, 7-7. That's an automatic out. It'll be a grounder to second base. Randolph will get that. And he'll throw it over to first for the out. Next back is Gorman. Thomas is 1 for 1, doubled and walked. John will pitch. John, 8-7, walk, 5. That's ball 4. He walks Thomas again. Another walk given up by John. That is his 3rd. And now Ogilvy. Ogilvy 1 for 2 with a single. Infield set for double play. Thomas had 8 steals that year. He won't get one here. John will pitch. John, 6-8. And against the lefty, walk, but the 18 is high. Ogilvy, 7-4. It's a grounder to second base. Ground out to second. That's a 12. Hit to second. +1 is 13. +1 is 14. Ogilvy does not ground into many double plays. That'll be a fielder's choice. They'll get Thomas. That'll be out number 2. So fielder's choice for Ogilvy. It does keep the inning alive. And now Lezcano. Lezcano is 0 for 2. Yes, Cooper did have a unique batting stance. Brewers lead 2-0 here. Bottom of the 6th. Ogilvy on at first. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 11. John, 4-4. Walk. 15. No, he is a 15, but -2 will make him a 13. Lezcano, 8-4. Popped up. Pop fly ball to second. Randolph says, I got it. And he will get it. He'll make the catch and retire the side. Nothing across except the walk. 2-0 Brewers after 6. Rapidly moving ball game, like most pitchers' duels usually are. Combined ERAs of these two pitchers is 7.4. Top of the 7th. Caldwell still got a little bit left in the tank. Leading off for the evil Galactic Empire is Rick Cerrone. He is 2 for 2, a single and a double. Caldwell will pitch. Caldwell, 4-5, walk, 11. That's too high. Cerrone, 3-4, and this time it's a fly to left. And Ogilvy will track it down and get it for the out. Next up is Jones. Jones is 0 for 2. Caldwell will pitch. Caldwell, 8-7. That's a blank. Jones, 3-7. That's a ground out to short, taken care of by Yount. Yount will throw it over for out number 2. And now here's Dent. Dent is 0 for 2. Caldwell will deal. Caldwell, 5-2. Strikeout 12. That will miss. Dent, an 8-7, and he grounds it to second base. Molly will get this one, and he'll throw it over and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Yankees. None of these pitchers are giving up much, but the Brewers have a 2-0 lead. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we got 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. So this is the final game of the month of July. There will be no baseball tomorrow night. I will be taking the night off. I will be returning on Friday night with August 3rd as we start the month of August. And we got a good matchup for August 3rd. The Chicago Cubs will be taking on the San Francisco Giants. The Cubs are not in the playoff race, but the Giants are, and I got to make sure I get all the playoff contenders on the board, even if they're playing somebody that's not in there. Mike Krukow will be pitching for the Cubs, and Alan Ripley will be pitching for the Giants. It actually was the first game of a doubleheader that day on August 3rd. So no game tomorrow. Friday night, we return with the Cubs and the Giants here on the network. And, of course, since this is the last game of the month, I will be posting the standings in the Facebook group. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 2-0 Brewers. John still has plenty left in the tank. He'll stay out there. Don Money leads off for the Brewers, and he is 0 for 1 with a walk. John will pitch. John, 6-8 against the righty. It's a blank. Money, 4-5, and there is going to be a fly to center field. There are no runners in scoring position, so we just take the result. 1 down, easily caught there by Rupert Jones. Next batter is Bando. Bando is 0 for 2. And Bando, he is the DH, and they got a 2-0 lead. So I'm wondering if I should go to the bench. Let's see. Bando is the DH, and there's plenty more people I can get on the bench here, off the bench. And yeah, we'll go ahead and pinch it. It is the 7th inning. Bando coming out of the game and coming on to take over a designated hitter will be. I think I can. Well, let me see here. Who has the most pinch hits? Hold on. Pinch hits against lefties. 3, 10, 4. Charlie Moore has the most pinch hits in lefties. He's a catcher. I'd like to save him, but nope, we're going to use him. Coming on to pinch hit will be Charlie Moore. He'll take over a DH, too. 291 average, 2 homers, 30 RBIs. Charlie Moore is the most pinch hits on the bench against lefties, so I'll use Charlie Moore as the new designated hitter. So Bando is out, Moore is in. So John will now pitch to Moore. John, 3-6, error on a booted ball. Moore, 1-5. That's a fly to right. That'll be handled by Reggie, and that is out number 2. Next up is Martinez. Martinez is 0 for 2. John deals. John, 2-1. Range play 14. That's a 19. No. Martinez, 6-4. And that'll be a grounder to second base, handled by Randolph. And Randolph will throw it over and retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Brewers. 2-0 after 7 in another pitcher's duel. We go to the 8th. Caldwell will stay on the mound. Fred Stanley is the leadoff batter for the Yankees. He is the third baseman. He only batted .209. And I got Doyle, but he's worse. And Sauter, and I'm not going to be, I think Stanley's going to have to bat. Yeah, Stanley's going to have to bat. Stanley will bat. He's 0 for 2. Caldwell will pitch. I was thinking of pinch hitting for him, but I don't have any other third baseman to use. I mean, if Soderholm is the DH, if I move Soderholm to the third, we lose the DH. So I don't want to do that. Stanley's going to have to swing. Caldwell, 4-4, error on a throw. Stanley, 5-6, and that's a ground ball to the pitcher. Caldwell's error rating is an 18. That's a 13, and he's making a throwing error. That's a bad throw to first. Cooper's range is a 4. He will prevent the ball from getting past him, but Stanley is safe. That's going to be an E1. E1 on Caldwell. Second error on the Brewers. So there's the 2 errors they had historically. No, Nettles is not in the lineup. Nettles is out was not on the roster for today. He may have been hurt. Stanley, however, reaches on an error. Infield set for double play. As a bad error by Caldwell will now allow Randolph to bat. Here's a chance for the Yankees. Randolph is 1 for 3. Stanley on at first. Strategy roll. 13. Nothing happened. Nothing happening. Caldwell will pitch. Caldwell, 3-5. Error on a booted ball. Randolph, 5-6. That's an infield single to short. That's going to be an infield single to short. They will not boot the ball. He will not boot the ball, and that will be runners at first and second. An error on a grounder would have been a chance for an at, but no. I'll check. I want to make sure, but I know there's no error on a booted ball on an infield single. Nope. So now a real chance for the Yankees. Infield single for Randolph. And now Piniella. Piniella is 0 for 3. You kind of think he's due. Infield is a double play depth. Caldwell, he will be tired after Piniella. And they got nobody out. And that's going to be it for Caldwell. Piniella hits lefties well. You let him pitch here to Piniella, or do I yank him out? It really doesn't matter here. But you have no one out. Runners at first and second. You're the Brewers. You got to get a win here. I think I'm going to let... It's tough. I'm going to let Caldwell pitch. This is 1980, not 2026. Caldwell, strategy roll. Nothing on the 20. Piniella's not bunting. He's swinging. Caldwell will pitch. Caldwell, 8-2. Range play 13. That's a 10. Yes. Piniella, 5-2. It's a fly ball to right field. Going after that is Sixto Lezcano. His range is a 4, and he's got it. That'll be out number 1. Will Stanley get the third? And 7-2. And yes, he will. It was hit the right field. Stanley will make third on the range play. Fly out to right. Stanley goes to third, but there is one out. So Piniella's out. Now the batter is Watson. Infield's going to play. Watson, it's into a lot of double plays. They're going to play double play depth. Watson, it's into a lot of DPs. Stanley on at third, Randolph on at first, 2-0. And now Caldwell is tired. That will now be it for him. Caldwell will come out. He will leave with the W. He is tired, so we'll see a new pitcher. And let's see, we got a righty, so I'll take the pitcher with the most late innings as a righty. And that is going to be That's going to be Bill Castro. 2 wins, 4 losses, 8 saves, a 2.77 ERA. Castro, very possible, can get the save here. So Bill Castro, and he can pitch to 8. So Bill Castro will come on to pitch for the Brewers. Runners at first and third, 1 out. Watson, he will bat. Castro sets up, strategy roll. Nothing on the 17. Castro deals. Castro, 8-1. That's a blank. Watson, 6-1. Popped up to short. Easy play for Yount. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Big pop out. And now here is Reggie Jackson. Reggie is 0 for 2 with a walk. Castro's got to be careful, of course, with Reggie. Every time Reggie came up to the plate, you kind of knew it could have been one there. Stanley on at third, Randolph on at first. Castro's going to pitch to Reggie. Fans here at County Stadium know this could be a big one. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 7. Castro will pitch. Castro, 2-3, strikeout 14. No, that's going to miss. Jackson will swing. 6-3, and it's a ground ball to short. That'll be get to Yount. Yount will get it, throws to first, and the Yankees get nothing. Good day, sir. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and the Yankees get the big goose egg, and we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. As David Vega goes, oof. Oof. Bottom of the 8th inning, Tommy John. He can pitch to 5 more batters. And he's pitching actually pretty well. If it wasn't for 2 runs on 3 hits in the 4th inning, he would have been pitching a no-hitter. He hasn't given up a hit in any other inning except the 4th. He'll pitch the 8th. But it is the top of the order in Paul Molitor. Molitor is 0 for 3. They'll let John pitch. As I said, this is 1980, not 2026. John, 1-5 against a righty. It's a blank. Molitor, 8-7. And that is fly to center field. Getting to that will be Rupert Jones. He'll make the catch for out number 1. Both these pitchers have been excellent. Here's Yount. Yount is 0 for 3. John goes ahead and deals. John, 5-5. Error on a booted ball. Yount, 4-6. That's a grounder to short. That ball is hit to Dent. His error rating is a 4. That's a 3. He's going to boot the ball. Dent's going to let the ball get away from him. Yount's going to be safe. That's the first error on the Yankees. That's an E6. First error on the Yankees. They also had 2 errors in the game historically. And now Dent commits an error. Didn't commit many, but he will commit 1 there. Big insurance run on first. Here's Cooper. Cooper, 1 for 3. Infield set for double play. Yount had 20 steals. That's a 15. He's not going anywhere. John will go ahead and pitch. John, 8-7. Walk, 12. No, too high. Cooper, 2-4. That's fly to right. Grabbed easily by Reggie. And that is out number 2. And now here's Gorman. Gorman is 1 for 1, a double and walked twice. Fans here at County Stadium hoping Stormin' Gorman can get it done. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 2. Well, Yount does get the steal. He gets the jump. 16 minus 2 is 14. And Cerrone minus 2 is 12. I'm not going to run yourself out of the inning. You got to let Gorman swing. He gets the jump, but they say you hold. John will pitch. John, 1-8 against the righty. It's a blank. Thomas, 4-5. It's a fly to left field. Lou Piniella will get to it, and he'll make the catch and retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 error. But the Brewers couldn't do anything. They lead 2-0 after 8. But will we see some ninth inning Yankee magic? Top of the ninth, Eric Soderholm is the leadoff batter for the Yanks. He will bat. He is 0 for 3. Castro will stay out there. Brewer bullpen is ready just in case, but Castro will stay out there. He does have some saves. 2-0 Brewers, top of the ninth. Castro deals. Castro, 8-4. It's a blank. Soderholm, 6-7. Base hit left field. And the tying run is at the plate. Soderholm comes through with a big single. And now here's Cerrone. Cerrone is 2 for 3, a single and a double. Infield set for double play. Now I think I still let Castro pitch. The only other bullpen I got here, I think I let him, I let Castro pitch. Castro will stay out there. Soderholm on it first. 2-0 Brewers. The only way to beat the Yankees is to beat the Yankees in this game. Strategy roll. Actually, there is no strategy roll because it's higher than the 9. Castro will concentrate on Cerrone. Castro, 5-8, strikeout, 14 is too high. Cerrone, 4-4, and it's an infield single to short. Yout's going to charge it. He won't have a play, and the tying runs are on base. Infield single to short, nobody out. Top of the ninth, and the batter is Rupert Jones. And the question is, do I want to pinch hit for him? I think I probably do. Jones is in center field. And let's see who has the most pinch hits against righties. And that would have to be this guy. Jones is going to come out of the game. And coming on to pinch hit for the Yankees will be Bobby Mercer. He had 26 pinch hits against righties. I believe it was the most. There's also Oscar Gamble. But I'm going to go with Mercer. 269 average, 13 homers, 57 RBIs. Jones is in center field. Bobby Brown will take over in center if the game goes any further. Bobby Brown will take over in center field. So Bobby Mercer will come on to pinch hit against Castro. Nobody out. Top of the ninth, 2-0. Infield is a double play depth. Castro, they talked to him on the mound. Castro will set it up and he will pitch. Castro, 6-8. It's a blank. Mercer, 7-1. And he pumped it up. Pumped out to short. Yout says he's got it. Infield fly rule, 1 out. What a huge pop out. As Mercer pops out to short. And now the batter is Dent. Dent will bat. Dent is 0 for 3. He had 489 at bats. He would bat. They would not pinch it for him. Runners at first and second. 1 out now. Castro trying to get the save. Once again, the fans at County Stadium, they know the Brewers got to get a win. Castro will deal. Castro, 3-8, walk 2, it's ball 4. Castro walks Dent. Castro walks Dent. Tying runs at second base. And the batter is Fred Stanley. We're going to see a pinch hitter for him. And let's see if I can. Stanley is what? Stanley is the third baseman. Yeah, he will come out. Brian Doyle will take over at third if necessary. But coming on to pinch hit will be Oscar Gamble. 278 average, 14 homers, 50 RBIs. Oscar Gamble will pinch hit against Castro. Brian Doyle will take over at third. Bobby Brown will take over in center field if this game goes any further. Soderholm on at third. Cerrone on at second. Dent on at first. 1 out. The infield is going to play corners in. If it's hit to first or third, they'll get a play at the plate. Second to short, it'll be a double play chance. The runner on third doesn't mean anything. The runner on second does. Castro sets up against Gamble. Fans at County Stadium hoping Castro can get it done. Castro will pitch. Castro, 5-6. It's a blank. Gamble, 5-6. 5-6. And that's hit to first base. That would normally be, that's a line drive to first base, but the first baseman is in. And then as an infield in marker, that's going to be a base hit past third. That's going to be a base hit past third. First. Past first, because the first baseman was in, and Oscar Gamble hits it right past him. Soderholm will score. Cerrone, let's see, with one out, Cerrone, but Cerrone doesn't. Cerrone holds at third. 2-1. Cerrone holds. He has to be a 4 in order to score from second base. He does not. On a single pass first. So the bases are loaded, but it's now 2-1. Big play there by Gamble, and now the batter is Randolph. Randolph 2 for 4, a single and a double. Now the infield is in. Because the infielder at first base was in, that was an infield in single, is what that is. Infield in single. So runners at first, now bases loaded. Here's Randolph. Randolph 2 for 4. Infield is now in. Fans here at County Stadium hoping Castro can get it out. It's now 2-1. Strategy rolls are back on. Nothing on the 14. Castro will deal. Castro, 8-8. Error on a booted ball. Randolph, 6-3. It's a fly ball to left field. Now that's going to be out number 2. That is a 19. Randolph, a sacrifice fly of 8. The 19 is too high. Does Cerrone try to come in on his own? It's a fly to left. 1-8, and he holds. He holds. From first to third to home, that is a 1-8, and he holds. He does not score. 2 down. Big, huge out. A fly out to left. But Cerrone holds. Too shallow. And now the batter is Piniella. Castro is tired. We're going to see a new pitcher. Castro coming out. Castro will not get the hold. The Brewers need just 1 out. And we're going to see a new pitcher for the Brewers against Piniella. And it is going to be, we got a righty there, so it'll be coming on to pitch for the Brewers will be Reggie Cleveland. 11 wins, 9 losses, 4 saves, a 3.73 ERA. Cleveland's job, get 1 out. Reggie Cleveland trying to come out here and get the save. Now coming out for a save. Piniella will bat. Piniella will bat. He is 0 for 4. He will bat here. Now 2 outs, top of the ninth. Cerrone on at third. Dent on at second. Gamble on at first. Piniella at the plate. Reggie Cleveland now pitching. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 10. Cleveland will deal. Cleveland, 4-7. It's a pitcher result. That is a 16 against the righty. It's going to be a blank. Piniella will swing. 6-7, and he powers one into left field. That's a 12, and it's going to hang up there against the righty. Left fielder Ben Ogilvy chasing after it. He's got to take a couple of steps to his right. Puts out his glove. Blop. And the ball falls into it. That's your game. The Brewers will hold on for their dear life and win this game tonight 2-1. Stadium cheers. Yay! 1 run on 3 hits and a walk. But Rick Cerrone could not score. And a 6-7 is a power hit to left. And with a 12 against the righty, it is too high for Piniella. And the Brewers will take a 2-1 victory tonight. Heck of a game. So a big win for the Brewers. They'll go to 48-52. The Yankees drop to 63-37. Final line score coming up. For the Brewers, 2 runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors. For the Yankees, 1 run, 7 hits, and 1 error. The winning pitcher is Mike Caldwell, who'll get the win. Tommy John goes the distance. He actually gets a complete game, but gets the loss. That doesn't happen often here on the channel. So Tommy John goes the distance, but gets the loss. No hold for Castro because he allowed the run, but Reggie Cleveland gets a 1-out save. So a win here for the Brewers as they'll take it over the Yankees tonight in a must-win game for the Brew Crew. But we're not done. 10-minute ticker is up next. Typical Yankee game. The Yankees never go quietly. They always make it interesting. You guys know every time I do a Yankee game, it never goes quietly. Never goes quiet. They never go quietly into the night. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, powered by FastScore Baseball. So the Brewers will take a 2-1 victory over the Yankees tonight. Let's end the month of July. July 31st, Angels and Detroit. Angels 13-12, that'll be 1. Tigers 14-22, that's 3, a win for the Cats. Red Sox and the Royals. Red Sox 10-41, that's 4. Royals 15-15, and that's only 2, a win for the Bo Sox. Baltimore at Texas. Orioles 12-16, that's 3. Rangers 7-33, that is also 3, and they'll go to extras. Baltimore rolls a 3, -1 is 2. Texas rolls a 5, -2 is 3, and the Rangers will get the win. Cardinals and the Giants. Cardinals 12-16, that is 2. Giants 9-24, that is 3. A win for the G-Men. On to August 1st, Minnesota at Baltimore. Twins 6-44, that'll be 4. Orioles 11-25, that is 3. A win for the Twins. Royals and the White Sox. Royals 7-61, that's 6. White Sox -156, that is 4. That's a win for the Royals. Oakland at Cleveland. Athletics 11-22, that's 3. Indians 13-52, that is 6. Seattle at Detroit in a doubleheader. Mariners 6-25, that'll be 2. Tigers 13-42, that is 5. The Tigers win the first. Mariners 6-32, that is 3. Tigers 16-45, and that's 6. The Tigers win both. Yankees at the Brewers. Yankees 15-34, that's 4. Brewers 10-63, that's 7. Another win for the Brew Crew. Boston at Texas. Red Sox 13-35. That's 4. Rangers 16-66. That's 11. They'll get that win. Angels and the Blue Jays. Angels 16-34. And that's 5. Blue Jays 14-56. That is 7. That's a win for the Bluebirds. Cardinals and the Dodgers. Cardinals 356 and 5 runs. Dodgers 10-34 and 4 runs. That's a win for the Redbirds. Braves and the Expos. Braves 355, 5 runs. Expos 723, 2 runs. Braves win. Astros and the Mets. Can my Mets get a win? Astros 1253, and that's 6. Mets 346, and that's 4. Nope, can't win a ball game. Reds and the Phillies. Reds 1256, and that will be 7. Phillies 1162, that is also 7, and they're going to extras. Reds roll a 2, plus 1 is 3. Phillies roll a 3, plus 0 is 3. That's a tie, which means the Phillies will win by home field. Padres and the Pirates. Padres 366, that's going to be 8. Pirates 812, that's 1, a win for the Friars. Cubs and the Giants. Cubs 1035 and 4 runs. Giants 412, that is 0 runs. Cubs win. On to August 2nd, Minnesota at Baltimore. Twins 356, and that's 5. Orioles 1814, that is 2. Twins win. Royals and the White Sox. Royals 1421, 3 runs. White Sox 422, 2 runs. Royals will get the win. Mariners and the Tigers. Mariners 1523, that's 3. Tigers 2134, that's 5. The Tigers had a good night tonight. Yankees and the Brewers. Yankees 1322, that's 3. Brewers 536, and that is also 3, and they're going to extras. Yankees roll a 4, plus 1 is 5. Brewers roll a 2, minus 4 is -2, and the Yankees will scratch out a win. Red Sox and the Rangers. Red Sox 20-32, and that's 5. Rangers 1954, and that's 7, a win for the Lone Stars. Angels and the Blue Jays. Angels 1255, that'll be 6. Blue Jays 743, and that's 4. That's a win for the Angels. Cardinals and the Dodgers. Cardinals 912, that's 1. Dodgers 812, that's 1, and they're going to extras. Cardinals roll a 5, minus 4 is 1. Dodgers roll a 6, plus 0, and that will be a win for the Dodgers. Braves and the Expos. Braves 954, that'll be 6. Expos 1145, and that is 5. That's a win for the Braves. Astros and the Mets. Can my Mets get a win? Astros 912, that's 1. Mets 611 at 0, and the answer to that question is no. Reds and the Phillies. Reds 131, and that is 2. Phillies 15-12, that's 1. That game will belong to the Reds. Cubs and the Giants, we have these 2 Friday night. Cubs 122, that's 1. Giants 10-16, that is 2, and that's a win for the G-Men. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always Friday. No game tomorrow night for a break in between the months. We will begin the month of August on Friday night, August 3rd. Chicago Cubs taking on the San Francisco Giants. Mike Krukow for the Cubs, Alan Ripley for the Giants. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong, and I'll see you guys Friday night. It is a win for the Brew Crew. They downed the Yankees tonight in a close one, 2-1. See you guys Friday night.